linebacker Devondre Campbell. Coach Kyle Shanahan told reporters today that he does not expect Campbell to play again for the Niners this season. Campbell drew fire from his coaches and teammates for refusing to go into the game during Thursday night's loss to the Rams. It is now Friday afternoon, less than 24 hours since that incident. Bryant McFadden here to discuss it. I'm curious from your perspective as a former player, if he were your teammate and did this, what does that do to you and your team, and what would your reaction be?
I would feel like DeAndre, he quit on us. I would feel like he bailed on us in a time when we really needed him. And when you look at the situation, we also have to remember this was his first year with the San Francisco 49ers. I think this was his 9th year in the National Football League, coming into the league years ago, playing for the Falcons, the Green Bay Packers, the Arizona Cardinals, and of course with the San Francisco 49ers. So he's a veteran. He understood what it means to go out and fight with your brothers. He understood what it meant to go out to be the ultimate teammate. And for whatever reason, he just decided not to enter the ball game. And I think the bigger question for me is whatever you were going through, right, to allow you to do something that we don't usually see happen in the game of football. You probably were going through that the day before the day before the ball game, or you knew exactly what your role was going to be the day before the ball game. Why dress? Why dress? I would accept you not dressing more so than accept you dressing, thinking you're going to play. We all thinking you're going to play. You don't enter the ball game. And I'm not surprised to hear that he was released today. This was something I knew was going to happen, just being a part of the game and knowing when I saw that incident happen last night. And I was surprised that it took this long, because usually, these things happen instantly. But I guess when it comes to the professionalism of the organization, they wanted to make sure they did their due diligence, and they decided to release him today.
I mean, overall, things are not going great for the 49ers this season, to put it mildly, and this does appear to be an isolated incident. But what does something like this and this drama that happened during the game tell you maybe just about the mindset and where this team is right now?
I think this is solely about Devondre. This has nothing to do with the entire team. He acted as an individual in that incident, and he was released as an individual. I don't think this is a collective defining moment on the entire locker room under Kyle Shanahan. This was unfortunately for, the San Francisco 49ers. They were fighting for their playoff hopes, and this was a meaningful ball game. And Dre Greenlaw, a guy who Devondre was filling in for, finally made his return. Remember, he was injured in the Super Bowl a year ago against the Kansas City Chiefs. So when he made his return, that demoted Devondre down to a second team guy. Dre Greenlaw got injured. Now it's your opportunity to jump back to the forefront. For whatever reason, he didn't want to enter. But this is this has nothing to do with the entire team, in my opinion. I think this is solely about Devondre, and Devondre just decided to walk away. And I can tell you this much, Emily, I would not be surprised to not see a team entertain him moving forward, seeing what happened last night against the Rams.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question. I mean, we don't know exactly what this means in terms of the 49ers moving on from him, but how do you come back from something like this, like quitting on your team in the middle of a game?
I don't think you can come back unless you have a legit reason why. Unless something happened during the game that you caught wind of, maybe at halftime, that really was disturbing to you, and you voiced that, to those said organizations that might entertain you joining their squad. But outside of that, Emily, I don't know if you can come back. These are the written rules that you don't do, especially in the game of football. But in a team sport in totality, you don't quit. You don't quit during a game. You don't see people quit during practice time. Betty at a game on the highest level when everyone is watching. Remember, this wasn't a normal regional 1 p.m. kickoff. This was a Thursday night game, only one game on in the National Football League where we're all watching. He did this then. So to your question, I will reiterate, I don't think there will be another organization willing to give Devondre an opportunity, because how can you trust him? And like I said, it has to be something that was, very, very difficult to hear in terms of your family, a loved one, that would cause you to do that. And I don't know what excuse would justify it. You know, I'm just giving an example. But outside of that, I don't know if there's another organization that would be willing to roll a dice with Devondre in terms of him joining their team, especially this season. And maybe the same could be said for 2025.
Yeah, this is ultimately a job, but man, things are different when it comes to team sports. There are those unwritten rules, and that's definitely one of them. B-Mac, thank you so much for breaking it all down for us. You mentioned the importance of that game. It was an absolute need to win for the 49ers. We're not even giving you odds right now for them to win the NFC West standings, because the likelihood of that happening is less than 1%, 6-8. Struggling this season, and certainly this drama does not help the 49ers.
Howdy, Cowboys Nation. Welcome to Dallas Cowboys Today, your number one source for all things America's team. If you're a diehard football fan and love our Dallas Cowboys, you're in the right place. So don't forget to smash that like button and subscribe to stay updated with all the latest Cowboys news. Let's get started. Movie camera, what's up, Blue and Silver Nation? Today, I bring you some news that, unfortunately, isn't the best, but it's something every fan needs to know. We're entering the critical stretch of the season, and the Dallas Cowboys are facing yet another major challenge, this time off the field. One of the biggest stars in our defense is down again. But who will step up to fill that void? In less than a minute, I'll break down this significant loss and what it means for the future of our team. 3 o'clock before revealing the big news, let's set the stage. The Cowboys have been plagued by injuries throughout the 2024 season, and the bad luck seems relentless. There are now 12 players on the injured reserve list, including big names like Dak Prescott, Zack Martin, and DeMarcus Lawrence, all out for the season. And now, another key player is being added to that list, potentially dealing a devastating blow to our playoff hopes. Fire, here's the breaking news. Trayvon Diggs is set to undergo surgery on his left knee and is officially out for the season. The star cornerback, who had just returned from a similar injury in 2023, couldn't escape yet another serious setback. Diggs, a former All-Pro and Pro Bowler, is known as one of the most impactful playmakers on our defense. In the 11 games he played this season, he recorded 35 tackles, 11 passes defended, and 2 interceptions. His absence leaves a huge gap in a secondary that was already battling challenges. Speech balloon, what does this mean for the Cowboys? With Diggs out, the secondary will have to step up and adapt. Josh Butler, who filled in for Diggs in 2 games this season, is also out for the year. The remaining options include Israel Mukuamu, Amani Oruwari, Keeman Hall, C.J. Goodwin, and recently elevated Andrew Booth. Do any of these players have what it takes to fill the void and maintain the defense's level of play during this crucial stretch? Magnifying glass tilted left, what should we expect moving forward? Without Diggs and other key players, the Cowboys are under immense pressure to keep their playoff hopes alive. This is the moment for the remaining roster to show resilience and for the Blue and Silver Nation to rally behind the team with unwavering support. Speech balloon, now it's your turn. Cowboys fans, who do you think should step into Trayvon Diggs' shoes, and how can the team overcome this challenge? Is it still possible to dream big, or should we start adjusting our expectations? Megaphone, drop your thoughts in the comments, share this video with other fans, and don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Together, we'll follow every twist and turn of this battle and continue rooting for brighter days ahead for our Dallas Cowboys. American football, go Cowboys! See you in the next video. Until then,